Hey everybody, Rob here at etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the CURT Class 3 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver on our 2013 Hyundai Tucson. Now here's what our hitch is going to look like once we have it installed. I think it has a really clean appearance. The cross tube is going to be hidden behind the bumper, so the main thing we're going to see sticking out is that receiver tube. But it is tucked just inside of the bumper, so we really shouldn't have to worry about hitting our leg on the back unless we're already rubbing against our car and really underneath it. Shouldn't have to worry about hitting it or interfering with anything. But our hitch is going to be a Class 3, which means it gives us that 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening, which really opens up the doors for accessories that we can mount up. A 2-inch receiver tube opening is going to have the widest variety of options when it comes to accessories. Obviously, if you have a hitch, you can tow a trailer with it, put a ball mount in there, no problem. But at the same time, it's going to allow us to take some bikes with us with a hitch-mounted bike rack, or if we need to make some room on the inside of our Tucson for passengers, pets, we can move all the gear to the outside with a cargo carrier, just making a lot more options and accessories that we can mount up. But regardless of how we're going to be using our hitch, all of the accessories are going to mount using the hitch pin hole here on the side. Now the hitches are going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. Now these are not going to be included with the kit, but you can find them here at etrailer.com, along with some locking devices to make sure your accessories are secure, and anti-rattle devices to cut down on that annoying rattling sound when we're driving down the road. Now if you are going to be towing a trailer, obviously you need a spot to hook up your safety chains. And here we're going to have a loop style welded at the bottom of the receiver tube. And if you have normal size hooks, we'll have no problem getting those engaged or taking them off. But at the same time, if you have those really oversized larger hooks, we'll still have plenty of room. You can see we can get those on there, make any kind of adjustments to it that we need, and easily take them off without having to worry about interfering or potentially hitting the bottom of the bumper. Now as far as the capacity for our hitch goes, it's going to have a 350-pound tongue weight. That's going to be the maximum downward pressure at the end of the receiver tube. Now to put that in perspective, 350 pounds will be able to carry a decent amount of bikes with us on a bike rack, or really be able to load up some of those smaller cargo carriers. Now the hitch is also going to have a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. That's how much the hitch can pull, but that does include the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now with those numbers in mind, I still urge you to double check your Tucson's owner's manual, because those are the ratings for the hitch and we don't want to exceed the manufacturer's rating for our car. I'd like to give you a few measurements, and these are going to help you whenever you're looking for accessories for your new hitch. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper is going to be right about 4.5 inches. Now that measurement's going to help you when you're looking at folding accessories to make sure you have enough room so you can put those accessories in the upright stored position and they're not going to come in contact with the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening is going to be right about 14.5 inches. Now at that height, I definitely recommend a bike rack or a cargo carrier with the raised shank. That way we can get a little bit more ground clearance out of it and not have to worry as much about bottoming out. But that measurement's also going to help you when you're looking at ball mounts so you can find the appropriate rise or drop to match up to your trailer. But now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's go through the installation process together. To begin our installation, we want to come to the back of our Tucson and we're going to move underneath the bumper on the edge, and we're going to find the frame rail. Now on the frame rail, we're going to have a few threaded holes on the bottom. We need to clean those weld nuts out because those are going to be our 2 attachment points on each side. And what I like to do is I'll take some spray lubricant and spray it inside the weld nut. And I'll come back, grab a nylon tube brush. I'm just going to brush out all the dirt, debris, and rust that's inside. That way we can make sure that our hardware is not going to cross thread and we can get it in easily. We'll have our M10 bolt. We want to put a conical tooth washer in place. And there's little teeth on that washer. You want to make sure those are facing up towards the hitch. Our hitch will be sitting against the frame. We'll go through the hitch and secure it with the hardware threading it into the frame. That's going to be the same combination for each 4 of the weld nuts on the frame. Now at this point, I suggest getting an extra set of hands to help you lift the hitch up. It's not that heavy, but it's really hard to balance it and try to get it in place. So we're going to start on the passenger side. We're going to go right over the exhaust pipe, kind of feed it in between the exhaust and the bumper there. Then we can get the driver's side in place. We'll line up the holes on the frame. Now you want to get at least 1 bolt started, hand tight on each side. That way the hitch will hold itself up and we can come back and put the rest of the hardware in place. And once all the hardware is in place, you want to come back with a 17mm socket and snug it all up. Then I'm going to come back with a torque wrench. I'm going to torque all my hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. Now you don't need an extension, but it will make it a little bit easier to access those bolts so you can clear the muffler and actually get a good swing on the torque wrench. We're going to go back and repeat that for all of our remaining hardware. Once you have your last bolt torqued down, that'll finish up your installation and your look at the CURT Class 3 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver on our 2013 Hyundai Tucson.